If you've got the kind of needle nose pliers that have a little crook on the end, you're better off with it for doing what I want to show you what to do. With your needle nose pliers, grab one edge and bend it inward. On the opposite side, directly across from it, do the same thing. Bend it inward. Put your makeup sponge inside, wet it. When you're in a class, you're painting or you're gluing and you've got to clean off your brush. And the indentation holds your brush.
Oh, that's cool.
Fact is, it'll hold more than one. If some of us eat the yogurt that comes in two containers, you're supposed to flip this one over and dump it into the yogurt. I have found another use for it. I take that makeup sponge and cut it down to shape the inside. I also take a container with the lid, something like your film canisters work just as well. Anything with a good secure lid, because when you get where you're going, you're going to want to fill that with water. And when you get into your class, you put your water in here. You can put your paint or paper towel for wiping your brush. So you can wipe it off. It also, you can open up your paper towel and use it on your table so that you can use that to wipe your brush. The other thing that I do, these are things that you can leave in the trash when you get ready to come home. Applesauce container. Use a cupcake liner. Then you can put your paint in there. When you get ready to leave your class, you can throw that in the trash and throw that in your craft box. Most of us take an Exacto knife with us to class or to club for doing your projects. I think I get mine at Walmart, but there are such things as magnets that are credit card size. I keep a bunch of them on hand. Film canister. When you have to take the blade off of, especially for transporting, always keep your blade off. Attach it to the magnet. Put it in the film canister and you're free from getting jammed by your blade, and you can transport it safely. Oh, before I forget, if you're going to go to do a club and you're going to, these little cutting boards are 89 cents at Walmart. They're small. They're great for cutting, great for painting. They clean up very well. If you're doing any mold making or resin casting, these are very handy to have. Plus, you've got a good handle. While you're there, if you will, get yourself, let's see if I can put this on there. This is metal, and magnets stick to metal. So I want my tools, I want handy. So what I do is I put a magnet on the back. These rare earth magnets. I put a magnet on the back of my pen, and it stays right there. I put a small rare earth magnet on the back of my tweezers. They stay right there. Many of us have a square that we take with us to classes to square our furniture as we're making them. I've got little magnets on the back. Stays right there. So you can pack a small one of these metal boards, and they're memo boards, and they have them in Walmart. I've seen them in Walmart. I've seen them in a lot of other different stores. Staples has them. Any board that has a metal surface, a good painted, clean metal surface, is really all you need. One more tip. If you're traveling, TSA people are not all honest, unfortunately. And there's been a number of horror stories about tools missing. If you've got to go to, like if you're going to go to Portland or to Indy next year, save those big medicine bottles. Wrap enough tape that you think you're going to use around the outside. I also put my measuring tape on there. It takes a lot less room than that does. On the inside, I cut a half of a room key for spreading glue, trash bag to tape to my table, toothpicks for spreading glue. Some of us do that. And I take a stick and I smooth out one end like an orange stick, and I put the other one in a pencil sharpener. That's a handy tool. But with all of this stuff in here in a medicine bottle, it is less likely to disappear. And it's easy to pack. Any questions? Oh, we all know, you guys all know what that is?
Yeah.
It's great for putting glue on your finger.
Oh.
This is the new Baby Bot, which is a glue bottle, a bottle that holds glue, and I have modified it a little bit. It has a large top for filling. Put either wood glue or white glue in it. When you squeeze it, the glue comes from the bottom up the channel. It has a tethered cork on it, a cover. And what I have learned to do is that no matter how good a tip is, it's going to get clogged. I put a piece of tape on the edge, a straightened out paper clip, and I can clean the end of that. When I get ready to take that tip out and it unscrews here and the tip comes out, I can clean it with an eyelash curler. But I don't like going to look for them. Let's face it, we gals can put stuff down quicker than anything else and forget where we put them. So that's called a baby bot. My session is over. If you
Yeah,
Good.
right. I like making little trees, and I make them for the very small trees.
Can you spotlight her, Marcia? There, good.
I make them from, this is made from picture hanging wire. I don't know whether you know it. It comes in a coil and there's 8 ply of it. And you can,
Nice.
I bring the 8 up. I measure, in that instance, I think it was 6 inches. I leave the little bit at the bottom, and then halfway up, I start dividing it. Can you see? Can you see
Yes.
where it's divided? And I
Repeat.
keep on doing that. Every so often, I'll divide a few more off. Then when I'm happy that it's got a good tree shape, I, in this instance, use tissue paper, put some white glue on it, wrapped it round, makes a lovely mess. I enjoy doing that, always did like eyes. For the top in this instant, I put some white glue on a plastic bag, and then I sprinkled it with flour soft. This one is a flour soft, but there's many of the ones, I think Woodland Scenics do something, and a lot of companies do it. When it's dry, I peeled it off, and then I laid it over the branches because it was the easiest way to cope and get a large amount on in a short time. The only problem with that is, if you can see the underside, it is a bit shiny. But you can always put a bit more glue on and just drop a little bit on. So that's how I make the little trees. You can use all sorts of colours and it looks quite good. I think so anyway. Right, and if I was wanted bigger trees, I used paper covered wire that you can get florists in a craft shop. This is some of, as you can probably see it. And I just cut as many lengths as I want. This is about 9 inches. This was for making some little, and then, okay. And I just put as many as I think together, give them a bit of twist. In this instance, because I wanted it thicker, I just tore pieces of paper kitchen towel and glued that round. But I tied a few knots with cotton first of all, just to make sure all the bits stayed together. Fun game, because I wanted arms. So I took 2 pieces out, and then I had to decide on hands. Now, I started with 4 fingers and a thumb, and it looked terrible. And then I remembered that Disney only has 3 fingers and a thumb. I tried that, and it was still a bit crowded. So I kept going and found that two fingers and a thumb makes rather a nice, creepy tree hand.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And 2 is enough. So then whatever bits you've got left over, you can divide out.
Oh God. There you are, my God.
And then I just
Your mom.
painted it all over with a darker brown. and then dry brushed a lighter one on top when that was dry. Okay. Now, if you want to go to a good tree site, unfortunately, it's not as good as it was because the chief maker was a very clever lady called Jacqueline Perrot. And unfortunately, last time I saw her, she was very ill. She said it was her last meeting, and she had oxygen at the time. But she was working with an oxygen mask and a tub of oxygen beside her. But I went a bit mad. I went a bit mad and bought every colour she'd got, because if I wasn't going to see her again. And these are all alternatives of leaves that I can put on my trees. Now, go onto the website. It isn't as good as when she was doing it, but if you play around with all the drop-down things, this is a company where you can get a lot of information. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
And I can recommend those.
Railway trees.
www.railwaytrees, I think it's .co.uk. I can't read it, but I thought you could. Okay, girls? She recommended, whereas I used plastic bags with the glue on it, she's recommended something here, which is called, and I can't remember what it's called without, there, I did well, didn't I? Got everything laid out to show you. There's a glue that they sell. I just happened to buy it. I haven't actually used it, but
I have to follow your mom. Here
it is. Here it is, all the stuff she gave me.
Marcia, can you mute whoever's
Yeah,
making that
Rusty, you'll have to
background
unmute
noise?
yourself.
to my breakfast lunch after that.
She uses this stuff, and you just cut pieces and flake it out. It's like a fiber.
Rusty, you'll have to unmute yourself. Rusty, you'll have to unmute yourself.
I'm unmuting. Am I on mute now?
Yeah.
Good. This is what she uses instead of me with my plastic bag and glue. She uses this, it's just like a fiber. It's just a long strand of it, and she cuts bits off, teases it out and glues that on the trees before she puts the leaves on. And last but not least, you can wrap anything you like around the trunks, but I bought some which is like a florist tape, but it's a matte one so that it looks okay and it'll take paint. Right, that is all of that, but also I found if you want to make tiny little trees, there is a thing called bumps, which is a chenille, and this is chenille bumps. Can you see? If you cut it the top, the bottom, and across the middle there, you can make little trees, and they are only little ones, but they are handy on a top of a cabinet or on a table for dinner or something like that. Stick them into cut them there, stick them into a bead, put some glue on, tiny little no-hole beads, and you've got tiny little Christmas trees as well. It helps if you can see what you're doing, because I just get covered in glue all the time, but apart from that, I don't mind getting covered in glue. Right, that's all I can come up with for you today. How's that?
Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank
Any
you.
questions? Any questions?
No.
No? Right, guys.
Marcia, do you want to make me a co-host? Please. That was great, Rusty. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else have something to share for evergreens? You know, those little Christmas trees she's talking about out of that chenille bumps thing. I have some of those in green, and it makes a green tree. It's great.
I could get every color except green.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I want
I
them
think-
in green.
I think you'd have bought them up before I got them.
Mm-hmm.
There
That's
you are.
it. I bought them all.
but they take paint. You can paint them. That's
Yes,
all
you
right.
can. You can.
There's always a way.
Okay. Please remember, everybody, that if someone comes into the room and talks, please mute yourself because we all can hear it and it's very disruptive. Okay. Does anybody else have something to share on evergreens?
I
No?
do. This is Kelly. I do.
Oh,
This
good.
is Kelly.
Kelly. All right.
I'm hoping you can see this. This is a 1/144th scale thing that I did.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
My husband came home one day and said that he'd had enough of his job, so he was going to get a double wide and do unemployment. So I made this display with unemployment ads on it and a double wide. I'm hoping you can see, let's see if I can turn it the right way. See that little tree right here?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that you find in the dental department of your grocery
Oh,
store.
Yes.
Those little wide
Little dental
cleaners
kit.
for between gaps in your teeth.
Oh, never would have thought of that one. That's great. Yeah, that's very good.
So that's what I did with these. I made several of little evergreen trees with that.
Is your tractor from Walmart or just a toy tractor?
No, I just found it in a probably in Tractor Supply. I love to hang out in that place.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite too.
I have to go in there.
And I've got a little building here is a workshop for him. And of course, I'm back here in the hot tub.
Oh, yeah, of course. I see you
Yeah,
there.
right.
Yeah, I see you.
Right there.
Uh-huh. Working hard. Uh-huh.
And the roof comes off of the mobile home.
Oh, cute.
And most of it was done with paper. You know, the dressers and the furniture was all done in paper.
Oh, it's so tiny.
So I thought I'd show you those kind of trees.
That's a good idea for teeny tiny trees.
I'm just sick enough to do the teeny tiny stuff, you know, so.
Yeah, beyond my vision.
That was
and
all I had.
fingers. Thank you, Kelly. Okay.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have something to share? Oh, no. Nobody else has an evergreen tree or something to show us? Oh, I may have to
I
go.
can't show you, my camera is not working, but I can tell you what I do.
Okay.
I take those bottle brush trees and I start at the bottom and start cutting at an angle to cut some of the branches out. And then I just kind of go around the tree all the way up. And so it looks like you've got layers of branches.
Right.
And then sometimes I will put like that fine green, like the powdery type kind of railroad stuff on there to make it look a little more fuzzy looking instead of just a sticky branch.
Mhm.
But my camera's not working, so I can't show anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank you. I've done
I do have one more. This is a Robin Betterly
Wow.
gingerbread store thing.
Robin
And what
Betterly
she
or-
sent for trees is just a piece of pipe cleaner.
Uh-huh.
And so
Okay,
you cut the pipe,
Oh, you can-
cleaner
shape.
with the shape, and you just kind of shape the tree however you want it to be.
That's Robin Betterly.
So
not Carol
again, this is that,
It's true to scale.
pardon?
True to Scale.
True to scale.
Yeah, it's Carol
Yeah.
Huber on True to Scale, not Robin.
Oh, I was thinking, I've got a lot of Robin Betterly stuff, but
Yeah, I
that's,
don't think that's
you're right,
Robin
that's it.
Betterly. I think it's Carol Kuber.
No,
True
no.
to Scale, yeah.
That is the cutest thing.
It is adorable. It is adorable. And those, yeah, those really fat pipe cleaners, if you shape the top, then you can make a tall, skinny,
Yeah.
that would be nice. Yes.
And you can get these in all sorts of colors.
Absolutely. I think a blue tree would be nice, but that's not evergreen.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly.
But have you seen the Christmas trees made out of the pipe cleaners?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Well, I found some, I have been an Elvis fan since 1956. Anyway, I have a bunch of blue chenille stems and I'm going to do a blue Christmas tree.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, that would be good. So I wasn't that far off. Yay. I was being smart mouthed, and here you're going to do a blue one. All right. That's
No,
a good
that's a
idea.
black
Blue
one for
Christmas.
Halloween.
Well,
Barb,
wouldn't that be appropriate, his blue Christmas?
Yes, it would. It would.
Oh
And
yeah,
blue-
you got orange for Halloween,
and blue ornaments all
red
over.
for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could really get a thing going here, huh? Oh,
We'll have to have a contest on colored trees.
that's not a bad idea.
What is your source for chenille?
Oh,
Just the
Mine's-
regular ones like I just had,
Yes,
like Hobby Lobby,
don't have one.
oh, go online.
Michael's, Joanne, Amazon.
Every place has them, especially this time of year.
Right.
Any craft store. Try any craft store.
If you live in
Online
the
if you
dream
can't
world.
see it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't find them at the dollar store.
Oh, I bet some you might.
Hmm.
Or the pound store for Rusty.
Oh, they
Good.
have a pound store. You have a pound
Do they
store.
have one of them?
The
Yeah.
yeah, we have a pound store.
You do have a pound store. Oh,
We do, yes. I can't wait for my daughter to take me there one day soon. I keep dropping hints, but she manages to ignore it.
The Dollar Tree store is going to have to change to $1.25.
yep, I know.
You've got much better selection in your dollar stores than we have in our pound shop, so I envy you that your dollar trees.
It depends where you live. Some are better than others.
If I feel frustrated that I couldn't get out during COVID, I would dial up one of these girls who goes around with her camera while she's doing all her shopping and shows you what new things they've got in the pound store. Well, and it's Dollar Tree, of course. And I quite enjoy my trip out that way. I don't have to put any shoes on. I could
Right.
even do it in my nightie, but there
Don't
you
even
go.
have to comb your hair.
No,
Your hair.
mind you, with this hat on, you don't know.
And
do
I've
you?
heard you can shop your store online.
You can.
can
You
shop
can shop the
online,
dollar
yes.
store
That's
online.
that's what I heard.
Yes,
Yes,
you can.
can.
I
Yeah,
have bought things there.
Even pound shops do now. They
Mhm.
were very reluctant to until the beginning of COVID, and then they had to because they
Right.
got no customers any other way.
Well, I did curbside for Safeway today, and it was pretty good.
Yep.
Yes, I'm afraid COVID is sort of coming back again. All the children and the students back, and it just came back on. And the teachers have been told not to wear masks and things, and
Really?
know, yeah.
Oh,
but one local authority has said, forget that, whatever the government says, I want you all to wear masks, because unfortunately we are getting people very sick and we don't want it anymore. So they've asked the children and the teachers to wear masks again. I'm sure it'll come to everybody soon.
What
Do you
about
know
those
your-
face shields? Then you could see people better.
wow.
Yeah.
Do you know you're still recording this?
Yes. And it doesn't work very well to turn the recording off and on, off and on. So, all right, is there any more sharing of trees? Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I will have to get something. All right, I don't have anything here, but I will tell you one thing that I learned is if you take a bottle brush tree, and you know what those are, those little inexpensive bottle brush trees, no matter what size. And I learned to make a fir tree, or, you know, a evergreen Christmas shaped tree. And you take lycopodium, if you can find it. I don't exactly know where to get it these days, but lycopodium, you all know what lycopodium is? I can write it in the chat room if you need the name of it spelled. And you cut strips of it and you glue it into the bottle brush tree. It makes a much fuller tree and more of a Christmas look. And that's a nice Christmas tree, kind of fir tree. And then another thing you can do is you can get, and I only know to get these from, I forgot where it was we got them from, but they're balsa wood dowels. And I'd have to look up where it was. I don't remember if it was England. I think it was in England that I sent for them. And
Yes.
it wasn't terrible. Yeah. Okay. You get
I have a
balsa-
picture of like a podium here.
That's lycopodium, right? And so you break that off and put pieces of it into, glue it into the bottle brush tree until you have a nice shape you like, and shape it, and it makes a really good looking evergreen. And
That
then
looks like that dress class on Create.
yes, you could take the dress. Oh, that class is done. Oh, we can't take any more registration for it, but it would look like the dress class skirt on Create. Anyway, that's one way to make an evergreen. Another way is to get the balsa wood dowels, and you could shape the top easily in balsa wood by sanding the top so it's more pointed. And then you can easily make holes along it and stick pieces of lycopodium or other greenery that you find into the holes all the way down, and make another big tall fir tree of one, fir, cedar, redwood, something like that. And that works too. I have, oh my God, I didn't prepare anything to share here because this just came to me. And
I think I have one of those kits from, 30 years ago. I'll go look and
yeah, but
like
that
that.
works well too. You can use the lycopodium with that. You can use other kinds of greens that, I don't know what that stuff is I used on my fir trees, but anyway,
Barbara,
yeah.
I just put the link or the website address to where to get the balsa dowels.
Oh, good.
That
Thank
is
you.
That is WW Scenics.
Yes. Okay. So BJ put the balsa dowel link. Wanda shared some lycopodium with us. And if you want me to spell that, I'll put that in the site too, because it's
if you would spell that for us so we can
yeah,
maybe Google it.
I'll put that into the chat. Okay, that's my sharing. I'm sorry I don't have a demo. We need what's her name here? Who's
Rebel.
Rebel, where are you?
Yeah, where are you when we need you?
I thought we'd have more sharing today, so I didn't have that. Did you don't have anybody else, Marcia, that said they could share?
Not that I
today?
know of, no.
I just went and got something.
Oh, what? Good.
This is pipe cleaner tree
May.
that I made.
Oh,
that I took a
yes.
class eons ago, probably over 30 years ago.
Very nice.
And
That
it's just,
is.
the plain old pipe cleaners.
And are they just twisted around a center?
Yeah, I think so. And
I
then,
think that's what you do. You just twist them around in the center and then you have one coming out each side or wherever, and you can bend them
Right,
wherever
and
you
you-
want.
build branches on it.
Right.
So,
You were very popular a number of years ago, and I think they still have them out there. And that's a cute one. I love the color. I like the shade of it.
It's a nice shape.
And that's just normal, everyday pipe cleaners, not the extra fuzzy or the lumpy
no,
ones.
just like I probably took this class 30 plus years ago.
I know. I remember those, and some of them are really cute. Yeah. The thing I do have to say about the lycopodium is you need to spray it before you put your ornaments and stuff on. Put some kind of spray to seal it, because it does tend to get dried out and drop the little, dry the leaves and dry the not leaves, but the little stickery things fall off, and it also tends to fade in color. So spray it with some kind of sealer before you put the ornaments on. Anyway.
I think Kelly has something else to show.
Oh, good. Kelly's good. Kelly's got a lot here. Good for you.
Well, go on. There. And you're muted, Kelly.
Go.
Oh, yeah, there's a pipe cleaner one. Yes.
Okay. This one's it's a little bit different, because at the end of the, I got things falling everywhere. At the end of the branch, you've got more pipe cleaner twisted around it. Can you see that?
Oh, right. Oh, that must have been hard to do. It's just a little piece of, so that each branch has like 3 things poking out.
It's like another branch on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. It makes it look fuller too.
That's how
I
mine
have the
was done
instructions for
also.
this. Yeah.
Are those
Yeah.
little pieces
Yeah.
glued? Are the little
If
pieces?
anyone's interested in it, let me know, and I've got the instructions.
Okay, that would be great. You could send them to Marcia. She could post them in our IO group files.
Okay, I can do that. 'Cause I think it was on mimeograph paper. That's how old it is.
Oh, I know it is. It is, but it makes a cute evergreen tree.
Barbara, I found one of those old trees, and this is the trunk tapered to a point.
And that's what, yeah, that's the shape you could take your balsa wood and make it into a.
Yeah, and then it's got holes alternating around. And then here's the greenery. It's, it's 100 years old, so.
I know that, I bet I know what it is too.
I was trying to.
Yes, and I don't know what
bag,
you call
but
that. Does anybody know what you call that greenery? Because I have some trees made just like that, and I just don't know what you call that stuff. It looks like almost some kind of moss.
yeah, here's kind of.
Yeah, it's like
branch.
feathers, right? And again, that needs to be sprayed too, because my old trees are starting to fade in color.
What would you spray them with?
I think I would spray them with a clear sealer of some kind, a matte sealer.
Or I was thinking silicone spray or something.
That's what I mean. Yeah, a polyurethane clear flat spray, not a shiny spray.
Even hair lacquer works.
Yeah.
Hairspray, yeah.
Hairspray would be good too. It just
Especially that cheap aqua, whatever.
helps hold it together forever, and or at least a long time, at least our lifetimes, and helps to hold the color in, because with
because these were back when I was, I got all those Pam Junk kits that I had done. But
well, there was a woman
who getting my one cabin finished tonight.
Yeah, and those make great trees for around cabins and things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crumbly, so I think it needs to soak in glycerin or something.
Glycerin is what I was told to use years ago, but we didn't have all these sprays. And I didn't have glycerin, so I didn't treat mine. But you can make a mixture with glycerin and I don't know if it's glycerin and water or something and spray it with that too.
Glycerin and water, they will suck up if you want to save winter foliage, you know, the autumn
Anybody
leaves and
still
things.
there?
Right. Yeah. Are you there?
She's here.
Oh, who's still there?
I think it was Kelly that was saying something. I don't know.
Oh, I thought she said, are you still there? And I going, well, I am. And everybody else is. Maybe she got knocked off.
No.
Well, I see her still.
I know, I do too. But I don't hear her.
Something.
Oh, she might be muted. Shirley, did you have something to say?
Rusty was trying to say something.
Oh, Rusty was. I thought it was Kelly.
Russ,
Yeah, Kelly, I think is frozen or something. She's asking if we're still here.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't me
okay.
doing that.
I don't think, yeah, I think it was Kelly, not Rusty.
yeah, and she is frozen.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's early this year, this day, only for today because our clocks went back last weekend. So I'm going to say farewell and thank you very much indeed. I enjoyed sharing all your
And
information.
our clocks are going back this coming weekend.
Yeah, I'll have a late night session hereafter, but that was one night when I really enjoyed myself because I'm more awake.
Got extra time to stay up, right?
We changed our Saturday night?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Halloween we changed, but
nope, it's November now.
This is the one night of the year that I get an easy evening. Mind you, I attended my cousin's funeral at 5 to 7 in the morning.
Oh
on
my
Wednesday. And I couldn't sleep because although I went to bed early, I decided I didn't want to oversleep. So I set the alarm and I woke up thinking it was ringing. It was 3:30 in the morning. Next time it was 5:30. After that, my husband made a cup of tea and we gave up trying to sleep.
Oh my gosh. That's just way too early, way too early. Well, that's about when I was going to sleep.
Anyway, I've got some sleeping to catch up. So thank you very much, girls. I did
So
enjoy
glad
it.
yeah, nice seeing you.
Hi, Rusty.
You,
Okay,
Bye,
dear,
Rusty.
thank you. Bye.
Well, if we don't have any other sharing, I suppose that's the end of our
Recording.
recording.
Barbara,
Yeah.
Marty here. I looked on Hobby Lobby, look for the bump chenille,
Oh, yes.
and Hobby Lobby has them multiple colors. 229 for 24. They're 12 inches long and 15 millimeters wide.
Okay.
They had neons and they had all sorts of colors. So
So you can go on Hobby Lobby website and order that bumpy chenille.
Thank you.
Yeah, I used to make octopuses with the bump chenille and I'd get it by the roll because my mother sold them all at work.
Oh my gosh.
He had
That's
fancy
awesome.
eyelashes and little hats and
Yeah.
Barbara, you haven't put in the spelling of the
No, I have not put it in yet. I was gonna do it as soon as we were done here, but I'll try to find that. Okay.
I think it's LYC.
We're
so-
still recording
Yes.
too.
yeah.
Okay, I put it in.
Those drawers behind me, I might have some good stuff in there.
The lycopodium, it's pretty easy to spell. It's just L-Y, not L-I. So,
Barbara,
yes.
Christmas tree.
I'm
You
sorry.
listening? Linda Axtell.
Oh, Linda
I have
has a Christmas tree to share. Look at that one.
You gotta
And
still or
I'm
it's
gonna-
dancing.
can you see it?
Yes, I
If you
can.
hold it
Hold it real
still,
Hold it still. Okay.
What is it made out of?
I'm gonna tell you. Okay, but I have to put it down.
Okay,
Um, at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, they may still have it, I don't know, but they had these bundles of branches of
oh, yes, I've seen that.
bundles of branches, but I wasn't happy with the color. So
Ah,
I had to get a can of spray paint
and that's a good one for that. Yes.
and I sprayed the branches.
Cool.
Then I got a dowel. I don't know how far, how tall it is, 6 inches maybe, the dowel, and stuck it in a little plywood stand like this. And then I cut lengths of this, and you start with a longer length, and then you cut little bitty pieces. I lost it. Little pieces. What I do with a bag of little pieces? Oh, shoot.
Oh, you
Cut
sounded
little pieces and you wrap it, say 3 or 4 inches long, and you wrap it around here so you have a 3 handle
Right. thing at the end, like she did with the
end,
pipe.
and these are, and then you do that at each end, then you wrap it around your tree like this with these things, and you work your way up, getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Exactly, and going different directions. Yeah.
Right, different directions and stuff.
And that's what, basically, that's what you do with the pipe cleaners too.
Right, it's basically what you do with the pipe cleaners, and there's the tree.
Oh, I'm glad you have everything to show us that. Good.
And where do you get that?
I got the pipe cleaners, or they're not pipe
Material
cleaners.
set.
They came in bundles with the Christmas stuff at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I've
okay.
seen that stuff in a variety of craft stores, that stuff
So,
she's got.
I have not been there to look for it this year because I have a tub full of it.
It would only be good for 1 inch because it's pretty bulky, but
Right.
it
It would
makes
only
a
be good
great
for
1 inch
inch.
scale
Right.
tree. Right,
But it does make a nice tree.
it does. It's actually almost better than pipe cleaners for a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Linda. I'd forgotten
it's
about
more
that.
realistic.
Yeah.
My husband, bless his heart, cut the little squares and the
That you could put
dowels,
them into, right.
but yeah.
Or you could put them into a piece of foam, maybe,
You could put,
or
yeah.
something for a
and,
base, and tape it down or glue it down to something.
I did it a while back, so I don't remember. I probably painted the dowel brown,
Oh, right,
or, so,
right.
but it doesn't show after you get
Right.
started on the
Yeah.
tree.
Amazing what you can do with dowels, and dowels you can get at any hardware stores or any place,
But I have a whole tub full of this stuff, so I have not looked for it for the last couple of years, but.
Well, I know it comes in quite a large bundle. When you're doing miniatures, it's quite a large bundle.
I found the little
Oh, there
pieces
they are.
that I twisted
That's
around.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same as the pipe cleaner tree. I did one of those 2 years ago. But this is basically the same thing, except they're these branches of pine stuff.
Yeah.
Did you crochet your garland and your ornaments on your tree?
Pardon?
Did you crochet your things? that-
No.
the
Oh,
tree?
heavens, no, I don't crochet anything.
Oh, okay.
But no, I bought those somewhere,
Excuse me.
Probably, again, probably at Hobby Lobby in one of those where they had those little tiny trees and ornaments and stuff. I don't remember. I just don't. But no. It was a long time ago because it's still lit with 12-volt battery pack, which needs batteries.
Which,
We have a train show coming up in a couple of weeks, and our miniature group does a small exhibit at their train show. Hence, I have this stuff out getting ready.
okay, good.
You got to do some getting ready.
Where are you?
Is that in Springfield, Massachusetts?
No, it's not. It's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Oh, okay. There's one in
No,
Springfield, Massachusetts.
long ways from anywhere.
There's one in Springfield, Massachusetts, and my husband's going, and I thought, oh, if there's going to be some miniature display, I might go.
That's a long story about how we got involved with the train guys, but we do a small exhibit at their train show every year. So
excellent. Well, thank you, Linda. That was a good lesson.
There's your treat.
Do we have any other sharing?
I have one, but mine is, we were dating when I built this, and we've been married almost 35 years. So, but it was under a dome, and I dropped it and I broke the glass. So I haven't put it out in years, but I'm going to make it smaller with smaller beads.
It's beads. Yes.
Yeah. And it has lights and everything in it when I just knocked the ornament off. But it's been stored in
one
a
of those
plastic
freeze
bag.
buttons.
Yeah. I bought size 15 beads. These are like 10s or 12s or whatever, probably 10s when I bought the kit. Because when I bought the kit 30 something years ago, it came with everything, even some of the ornaments. You could add stuff to it, but now it doesn't have anything in it. It's just the instructions. But I had to go dig it
Well,
out.
hold it
Like you guys were
still.
talking. Sorry. A lot of the stuff's fallen off of it because, and then it had a star up here. But when I broke the dome, maybe I'll get it redone this year.
So are the
Did
beads
you-
on wire or what?
Yeah, it's the floral wire, the green floral wire.
Mhm.
Can you see it right
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah.
And I saw one made that's when I started to decide I was going to make another one. It was made with red beads and white beads and really pretty different colors. But it takes forever to string the beads if they don't come on a string. Because I'm using
We'll get
these.
inspired to get ours out and work on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I should. These ones right here are 15s. Sorry, they're dusty because they've been laying out and I live in the country. But I did white with a green wire. And these are 15s. So these are a lot smaller bead than the ones I showed you.
How did you get them?
They get
And all you
smaller
do
as
is
the number
just-
gets bigger.
Yeah, you just twist, you just count so many beads off, you twist it, and then you can add to the sides and then just keep, because you do 2 wires or it's looped at the end, and then you just twist out and then together to make each row.
How did you get them green? Did you already say that and I missed it?
They were already green. They were green beads.
Oh, okay. Well, you were just,
Oops.
okay. So you were just,
Yeah, these ones were just white. That was one I was just working on. But I think I've got 2 different colors of green. I got a dark, when I got this stuff, I got a darker and a lighter. I'll do this so I can see. A darker and a lighter in the green. And the one I saw had a red, like I said, red beads. And she had more like a burgundy. and a red bead. And it looked, she just did every other bead was another color, you know, the red or the burgundy. And it looked really sharp. And she did that with 2 tones of green too.
All right. Anybody else have sharing? No, then we can. Marcia?
Barbara,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to share, but I just looked up Lycopodium for sale, and on eBay, there's several places that are selling it.
Okay, that's a good source then. All right.
You really got us warmed up, didn't you? It took us a bit, but we finally got the idea.
We get the idea eventually, huh?
Okay, I will stop the recording.
Okay.